What's up, fish tank people? FishTankTV.com. Dustin's Fish Tanks bringing it to you on a Greenhouse Saga Sunday. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. So in last week's video, we talked about how I finally got a building permit. Man, does that feel good. And we also talked about how I got oversized, over-engineered, and overpriced giant piers to put the greenhouse in, but unfortunately, they did not measure them properly when they dug them. I'm gonna talk about how I had to deal with that punch in the face. And in today's Greenhouse Saga, we're gonna show how we finally got some vertical action on the greenhouse. We're also gonna give you a sneak peek of both a Fluval F90 that I worked on at my friend's house and a 900 gallon that I finally got my hands on up at the Newport Aquarium. But no Greenhouse Saga Sunday is complete without Dustin getting a little bit of woo-woo, give you a little bit of motivation here. It's gonna start, we're gonna talk about holes a little bit later on. We're gonna talk about a dip right now. We're gonna talk about something called the dip and a book called The Dip by my man Seth Godin. And the basic premise of the dip is this. It kind of relates back to my affirmation. Some of you all have it. One of the things I say is I'll postpone short-term gratification. You can't get what you want in life without paying the price and enduring the suffering to get it. Let me explain to you the dip real quickly. I think you'll like this. This is how the dip works. This is a blank piece of paper that my daughter so eloquently spilled some tea on earlier today. And this is how the dip works. This is you over here, okay? You are all excited. Over here is something that you want, something that's big, something that's cool. In my case, it is a 36-foot by 36-foot atrium-style greenhouse with an 8-foot wide vent. And over here is another building that's gonna go on top of it, and I can't draw, so I'll just put it like this or whatever. But this is my big, like, wow, I want this thing, okay? This is like what I wanna do. Now, here's me, here's this. Most people think, oh yeah, it goes in a straight line. No, you have to go through what's called the dip. No one ever wants to talk about this, but this is how you get to this. This is good. This is what I want. This is my goal. This is my vision. It is not a straight line across, and in fact, it's not happy. Sometimes it has to suck. Right here, this is me. This is me going down. This is me with a frown on my face. This is when stuff sucks. You have to go through the dip, okay? This is a lot more money leaving my pocket than I would like to spend. This is the delay of my final development plan. This is the delay to the weather. This is delay to, oh, I don't know, giant piers that are being done wrong. You're going to have to go through some sort of a suffering. It's going to happen if you want to get to here. Now, you guys have watched this whole saga right here. I'm right about here. This is Dusty, and I'm not like happy, but I'm not like too pissed off, and I'm just kind of like here, and I've got one eye, and that's where I sit. Now, I've gone through all this stuff that sucks, and now it's time to come this way. Everybody has to understand that if you want anything good in life, it's not just gonna happen. It doesn't just happen. You have to make it happen, and you have to go through the dip. You want to start a new business, you got to go through the work to do it. You want to lose weight, you got to go run and do the push-ups. Push-ups don't do themselves. You have to go through the dip to get to what you want. You guys want a video that's edited down to about 12 minutes. My best performing Instagram post is an entire 125 that I edited down to 60 seconds because everybody wants it now. But to get what you want in life, you have to postpone short-term gratification for your long-term life goals. So just understand, whenever you go to start something, there's going to be a dip. And guess what happens? When you embrace the dip, and as Seth Godin says, when you lean into the dip creates a chasm which separates you from the others, which is why I happen to get, after 5 years of hustling and making fish tanks my job, an opportunity to do a 900-gallon aquarium at the Newport Aquarium. That didn't just show up in the mail, that was earned over 5 years' work. And just for the record, the 900-gallon did beat me up a little bit. I got a couple of cuts on my hand. I took a little shrapnel to the face. We actually broke a sledgehammer, so I'm super excited to be showing you all how it went down in my first 900-gallon 4-foot by 4-foot by 4-foot cube. I also have a Fluval F90 coming out that I did over my neighbor Marnice's house. A little bit easier to escape than a 900. So stay tuned for those. So make sure you hit the notification button and the subscribe button so when those videos drop over this holiday season, you will be the first to get them. So back to the greenhouse. Slowly coming up the other part of the dip here, the other part of the half pipe, the fun part of the half pipe where Matt Hoffman and all the other great BMXers go wow and sail up into the air. But first we gotta get through these holes. And real quick, just to talk about holes, talk about dips, talk about fails. Yes, I actually spoke to the folks at Round Brothers. I don't know why I didn't contact them earlier about what the dimensions of these holes should be. They're currently 3 foot by 5 foot deep with rebar inside of them. Typically, they're only supposed to be about 18 inches in diameter by about 4 feet deep. So I've definitely got them way over engineered. And you can bet your bottom dollar that I bomb it. In Greenhouse 3.0, they're gonna be a little bit smaller. Gonna save myself some cheddar, but look, you get punched in the mouth, you live and learn. Now it's time to go to the other side of the dip. Okay, so let's see here. 2 or 3 days before Thanksgiving, these holes are being dug. My man Adam with Hemingway Concrete, the guy who did Greenhouse 1.0's concrete, son is out there. And yes, he mismeasures holes. Accidents happen. Look, we have mistakes here around here every now and then. Things happen. It's all right. He wanted to scoot the greenhouse back about 6 inches. No, can I get a no? Can I get a heck no? We're gonna do this right. He didn't want to hear it because I made him redo the holes on a personal note. It's my understanding too that Adam also apparently had a hot date that following evening. So he was not too thrilled to find out that I was making him redo 3 out of 8 of the piers that he did. Now, he redid those, we do it right. He moved them and we got them measured up. And the day before Thanksgiving this year, the concrete was set to come to put the piers up. Let me just tell you folks, I don't know what it is, but there is something sexy about galvanized steel about to go down into concrete. Maybe it's just because I've been waiting forever for it. But watching these piers go down into the concrete was a lot of fun. Check this out. And this is what I'm sitting in my sweet minivan that has traveled me over here many a time where I've looked at nothing. And today, for a change, for the first time, I get to see pillars when I pull up. The future. I can actually see my vision. Something that I have postponed the short-term gratification of and waited on. Start. We're not done. The building is still a mess. Greenhouse is, 5 poles in. But by golly, it has started the day before Thanksgiving. And it feels pretty freaking good too. Just seeing the poles in the air, set right. These are the guys, they know what they're doing. This concrete truck was 2 hours late, and we're still waiting on one more to do the other side. But by the end of today, I will leave this property and I will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 poles hopefully sitting in the air. And I want to make a note on this too. While I'm sitting here, this is the day before Thanksgiving, all right? When you're working on a project, not everyone is going to see your vision. Not everyone is going to care, all right? My wife is home with 2 kids. We're getting ready. Thanksgiving is the following day, and she wants to hang out with the family. But I am sacrificing time with my family waiting on a concrete truck because I want to see my vision. So note, while you're working on something that's awesome for you, there might be other people in the past that have suffered. I know a lot of YouTubers that have sacrificed a lot with their family, their personal health, their mental health, and what have you. When you're working on something, there are going to be some sacrifices. I enjoyed this time, but my kids could care less when I came home and showed them that I had poles in the air. Round 2, fight! Let's do it. So they ran out of concrete. Or they didn't run out, I don't know, whatever. They ordered more, here it is. And at 5 o'clock, the day before Thanksgiving, when I'm supposed to be home with my wife and kids, I serendipitously am ending the setting of the pillars. We got 8 in the ground today, so it's kind of dope. The sun is setting right there. I'm super excited and unshowered because today I was going to be playing in the mud. But it's pretty awesome. Let's go check it out. Good work, boys. Happy Thanksgiving to Dusty. That's fun, man.
There are worse ways to spend the day before Thanksgiving. Tank on.
And on a super personal woo-woo note, this is my 95-year-old grandfather pounding a cheeseburger that I fetched for him, even though everyone around said I shouldn't feed him. He housed half of it. You can see the look on his face. He's happy to see me. He actually sat up and said, "You came all the way to see me?" He's got 4 kids and a slew of grandkids. I'm one of them. This is a photo of the koi he took while he was stationed in Japan after World War II. How awesome is that? I actually got to sit and talk with him for a minute about it over Thanksgiving break. What is my grandpa thinking about right now that he wishes he had done during his 95 years in this life while he sits on his deathbed? You only live once. Do something fun. Do something you love.